What's up everyone, my name is Sunny and this is Sunny English. Now that I've updated my PTE Describe Image templates, I've made it simplified, much more easier to memorize with more content, which means fewer words will actually be coming from the image itself. Therefore, I'm going to be uploading my old tutorials for the old templates for free. They were originally for sale on my website, but now you can have the content for free. Take a look at it. It was very helpful. We've had a lot of success with it, but now it's just easier. But if you find the old templates easy to memorize and to adapt to your own speaking, feel free. If you want the latest templates, then go to my website, justasksunny.com.au. This video will show you how to describe a map and a table. You've probably noticed that these templates are not included. I will explain why. There are various types of maps and tables that you may be given. We have to approach them in different ways. We might see a map with data or a map without data. I will provide examples of these next. You might also be given a table with numbers or a table without numbers. You've probably noticed by now that we can recycle the templates we have already memorized and adapt them to other diagrams. That is what we're going to do with the maps and the tables as well. This is what a map with data might look like. What do you do in this situation? We would treat it like a bar graph. As you can see, I highlighted the data provided. We want to use the same template we have already memorized and describe the data of the map the same way as a bar graph. We will talk about the highest, second highest, and the lowest. Obviously, we do not need to be perfectly accurate with the location of the states. We don't even need to name the states. I would really suggest that you do not try to name the states. Just say north, south, east, west. For example, the given map shows the percent of minorities by state in 2000. From an overall perspective, we can see that 30 or more % of minorities represent the southern part of the country, whereas 20 to 30% of minorities represent the middle of the country. In contrast, 10 to 20% of minorities represent the north of the country. One thing that clearly stands out is that the country has a lot of minorities. There you have it. I described the map using the data presented, and I used the information and described it as if it were a bar graph. Next, here's what a map without data might look like. In this situation, we cannot describe it like a bar graph. So what do? We would treat it like an image. I would start and finish the same way I would an image, but instead of calling it an image, I would call it a map. I would still describe what I see in the middle, top, and maybe the left. It is always more important to continuously speak with fluency and without hesitation. That is why we want to recycle something that we are already familiar with. For example, the given map shows the Resorts World Sentosa overview. From an overall perspective, we can see that there are some interesting aspects to this map. In the middle, the Resorts World Theater is located next to the Festive Hotel. At the top, we can see Adventure Cove next to Dolphin Island. On the left, the beach villas are located next to the VIP Pavilion. One thing that clearly stands out is that this is an interesting map. There you have it. I tried to describe the map by using the Describe Image template. The point of it is to try to speak without hesitation and mistakes and maintaining fluency. As for the conclusion, the maps are always interesting. Yeah, right. Nobody believes that, but that is what I will always say. Now, what about tables? With tables, you might see numbers in it. So what do we do in this situation? Once again, we will treat it like a bar graph. In order to make a bar graph, we would need to create a table first anyways. So this is why we describe it like a bar graph. There you have it. I highlighted roughly what I think is the highest, second highest, and the lowest. It does not have to be 100% correct. Roughly is enough. We will describe this the same way as a bar graph. For example, the given table shows the percentage of mobile phone owners using various mobile phone features. From an overall perspective, we can see that making calls accounts for the highest proportion from 2006 to 2010, whereas sending and receiving text messages accounts for the second highest number over the same years. In contrast, playing music accounts for the lowest number of usages during the same time. One thing that clearly stands out is that mobile phone features will continue to increase in the future. There you have it. I described this table the same way I would have if it were a bar graph. Finally, what about a table without numbers? This one can be a little tricky, but we can still recycle parts of a template and use it here. So what can we recycle? We can still treat it like an image, and we can use parts of the describe image template and apply it to this table. I would use the beginning and the end of the describe image template to describe this table. That template has a lot of filler content, so we can buy some time. Then I would find 3 things to talk about, whichever one that has the most content so I can just read from it. For example, the given table shows the language college timetable in week 1. From an overall perspective, we can see that there are some interesting aspects to this table. From day 1 to day 4, the morning consists of all English classes, whereas on day 5, the day is full with activities such as tennis and games. Furthermore, for day 6 and day 7, students will spend the weekend with their homestay families. One thing that clearly stands out is that this is an interesting table. There you have it. I applied parts of the describe image template. As for the conclusion, I just went with the interesting route again. Who cares? There you have it. Now, even though we don't have a template for a map or a table, now you know why, because the content can vary, but you can always recycle the existing templates and apply it here. Did you find the template helpful? If so, you can rewind the video and copy down the template. If you would like to have the PDF file, it's available on my website, along with the updated and new templates. Please visit justasksunny.com.au. There are a total of 9 of these videos and I will be uploading all of them. Please hit like and subscribe so you can get the latest updates. My name is Sunny and this is Sunny English.